Let's start by rolling the shoulders. So deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Big circles. So don't worry if you see anything running past in the background. The two lads are kind of out, both inside the cage at the moment. 3, 2, 1. Let's change direction off the way. Three, 2, 1. Drop the head, roll all the way around. Get to the front, change direction, bring it back. All the way around and all the way back. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, hands on the hips, feet shoulder apart. It's going to do a little circle with the hips and all the way back around. Big circle and all the way back. Three, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the hands on the knees, bend knees slightly, keep our shoulders back, and then a little circle and all the way back. All the way around, all the way back. 3, 2, and 1. And last one, we are out onto the toe, and we're going to little circle around and back. So loosen out the ankle as well. 3, 2, 1. Over to the opposite side, round and back. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to bring one arm across the body. Just hook in with the elbows, either side of the arm, either before the elbow or after the elbow. Just make sure we're not on the elbow. And we're just going to pull that in towards you. Just hold it there for a second. Just going to stretch out the shoulders a little bit. Okay, if you can, pull it a little bit closer. If not, just stay where you are, don't worry. Let it go, shake it out, bring the opposite side. Again, either side of the elbow, we're not on the joint. We're just pulling in towards yourself. If you can, pull in a little bit closer, and if you can't, just stay where you are, don't worry. Three, 2, 1. Let it go, shake it out. We're going to bring one arm across or behind the head. So we're reaching down the back, and we're going to push down onto the elbow, keeping our head up. So just where it's comfortable in that first little bit of stretch, we're going to hold it there. If you can, push a little bit further, maintaining deep breaths each time. And also, if you can now, you're going to bring the other hand round and see if you can hold hands. So don't worry if you can't, but if you can reach towards both hands, so if you can't grip them, just reach towards and just hold it there. Yeah, but keep breathing deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 3, 2, 1, let it go. Shake it out. We're going to go to the opposite side. So again, we're just going to push down as low as we can. Not forcing it, just pushing down. Keeping the head up. Just pushing your head forward. You should probably loosen off a little bit. Again, if you can come a little bit further, do. And now again, we're going to bring that opposite hand around. And if you can, hold hands, do. And if you can't, don't worry. You might find as well, one side is easier than the other. So for me, I can grip my hands a lot quicker than on the other side. That's all right. That's just different flexibility and different shoulders. It's normal for one side to be harder than the other. I'm going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let it go. Shake it out. Next one, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands out in front of us. Bend the hand, bend the elbow, and wrap around. So coming underneath one hand and wrapping around as much as you can. Okay? If you can't get the full way around, don't worry. You can actually also hold your arms like this. And what we're going to do is when we've got that, we're going to lift up slightly. So you should feel a stretch across the top of the shoulders. Again, we're not forcing it, we're just feeling as much as we can. And you can hold your elbows lift up as well. If you can, lift a bit higher. And again, once more, if you can, lift a bit higher. Don't worry if you can't, stay where you are if you can't. Let it go. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Opposite side now. So again, you might find one side is harder than the other. That's normal. And again, we're just going to lift up. We first feel that first stretch across the top of the shoulders. If you can, lift it a bit higher. And again, come a bit higher if you can. And then once more if you can, come a little bit higher. Three, 2, 1, let it go. Shake it out. Okay, we're going to bring one arm behind the head. You're going to bring the opposite hand to, one arm behind the back. Bring the other hand up to the side of your head, so the side of the arm is behind the back. And again, we're going to pull our shoulders back and down first. We're just going to pull over to the side slightly. And again, we're just going to hold it there. Feel that first little bit of tension. Just hold it there. Remember, if you can, inhale, exhale, put it a little bit further. Again, we're going to feel this across the top of the shoulder. Maybe into the neck slightly, that's okay. And if you can, put it a little bit further. Three, 2, 1, let it go. Shake it out. We go to the opposite side, opposite arm goes behind. And again, we're pulling, feel our shoulders back and down. I'm pulling that head a little bit to the side. We feel a little bit light stretch. You can. Put a little bit further. And if you can, once more, over further again. For 3, 2, 1, let it go. Okay, from here, I'm gonna stand on our mat and we're just gonna roll down and just hang a little bit. You should feel a stretch on the back of our legs here. You can bend your knees slightly if you need to. We're not forcing our hands towards the ground, we're just hanging. If you can touch ground, great. If you can't, don't worry. And as low as you can. As you breathe, see if you can relax a little bit further. A nice little, let our spine go long as well. Just don't hold yourself up. Let the tension go. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, let's walk our hands out, drop our knees to the mat, and we're into our box position, okay? From here, we're going to lift one leg back, and we're just going to push our heel towards the ground, and slightly push off the toes. So slowly moving back and forth, we're kind of stretching out our calf here. So that's the back of our lower back of our lower leg. Again, we're not forcing it and we're not jerking it. We're slowly leaning back and pushing off it again. Actively stretching it, moving forward and back. Three, 2, and 1. Now from there, we're going to lift it up, okay? And we're going to push our heel towards the ceiling. However, our upper body shouldn't move. So nice tight core here. And the movement should be coming from our glute. So you should be squeezing your glute to lift up and back down. You should feel that right, your bum cheek. And again, we are not moving our body here. This is all just our leg. What we don't want to do is be doing this to go higher or go like that. We're literally going as much as we can up and back down. Making sure that muscle is working. Three, 2, 1. We're going to hold it there. Now we're going to pull our heel in towards our bum and back out. So we're using the back of our leg here, pull our heel in, back out. And using our core to keep ourselves stable. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more go, 10. Bring it back down. Okay, we're on to the opposite side here. Again, we're going to start doing the same thing. One foot goes back, and we're pushing our heels slowly to the mat and back up, slowly to the mat and back up. Your heel definitely will not touch the mat. So I'm moving slowly through it here. Now for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, let's lift that foot up. Again, heel is pointing towards the ceiling, and we're lifting up. Now we're using that glute to fire ourselves up. We're keeping our core nice and tight to keep ourselves balanced. Up and back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hold it there and put our heel in towards our bum. Squeeze that hamstring. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10, and bring it back down. Okay, we're going to lie onto our side now. Supporting your head with the bottom hand. I'm going to lift the leg right up and back down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Slowly up, slowly down. So we're activating the outside of our glute here. When doing this, we want the muscles here to fire before here. You can test this by putting your hand on it. If you feel here is lifting, you want to focus on getting these guys to go. These are the muscles that should be lifting you up. This will get engaged up here, but it should be last to fire. So focus on getting these muscles at the side of our leg to lift us up and lower. Exhale as we lift up. Inhale as we lower. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and on our last one here, we're going to hold it up for 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Okay, we're going to pop over onto the opposite side. So we'll do the same thing again. Remember, we're focused on getting those right muscles, outside muscles down here, firing before our upper muscles. We're going to go up and lower. So think about here being a thing that's pulling you up. Here is pulling up, and then the upper body is joining in. So the muscles we're trying to activate here are your TFL and your glute medius. And up here is your QL. I can go into the full names, but they're just very long. So exhale, lift up, inhale, lower. Again with this, you might find one side is harder than the other. And that's normal. We all have good and bad sides. Exhale, lift up, and inhale, lower. And again, 4, 4, 3, 2, and on our next one, we're going to hold it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Okay, I'm going to sit up onto our bum here. You can support your back with your hands behind you. I'm just going to point your toes towards us and back. The toes towards us and back. I know it probably looks like a funny little game, but it's actually very good for draining fluid back up your legs. If you ever get swollen ankles, doing this can actually help bring the fluid back up. Let's get us to activate the muscles both sides of our feet. So our calves, which are the back, tend to get quite tight. Anterior tibialis. If it doesn't work as much, that's in the front of your shin. When we pull our toes back, try to activate that one. Take some of the tension off the calf. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. From there, let's sit up tall. We're gonna suck in. I say suck in. We're gonna put ourselves up tall. We're gonna inhale and then exhale. We're gonna fall down just towards our knees. Trying to get our elbows to the mat. So you will feel the stretch in the back leg. We're not trying to stretch our hamstrings. We're actually trying to stretch our back a little bit. So you want to let your head go as heavy as possible. Just let it hang. Feel the vertebrae down your back, like elongating. Every time you breathe, see if you can go a little bit further. Then head very heavy, just let it drop. Don't hold it up. If you let it drop, you might feel a little bit of tension in the back of the neck, coming up into the skull. It's alright. The muscles just aren't used to being let go. Get very tense with it carrying your head all day. Then every time you breathe, you can fall a little bit further. And if you can, once more, just fall a little bit further. If not, just stay where you are. Let that head go heavy. 3, 2, 1. Now let's slowly lift back up, one vertebrae at a time, till we're sitting back up. Now we are going to try and stretch our hamstrings. So we're going to bring one foot, put it into the inside of the thigh. Other leg stays long, and then from there we're going to inhale and exhale, come and try and grab our foot. Don't worry if you can't. If you're about here, that's fine. What we don't want to do is we don't want our knee to pop up, and we don't want to feel a lot of pain and tension down the back of the leg. So if you're finding it's quite sore to reach here, come here. Let it ease out into this position. But if you're comfortable doing this, do. Try and point your toe up, whether or not you're grabbing it or not, so stretch your calf muscle out a little bit. Yeah, we'll just let our body go heavy. Every time you breathe, see if you can go a little bit further. And once more, see if you can go a little bit further. Trying to get your head to your leg. Don't worry, kind of get your hands to your foot. Try that either. 3, 2, 1. Let's lift up. Okay, I'm going to swap to the other side. Again, we're going to bring that other foot into the inside of the thigh. I'm going to inhale, exhale, and down as far as we can. Remember, as I said, it's normal, you can feel a little bit of tension. Feel one side is tighter than the other. If you can, inhale, exhale, fall a little bit further. Bring your hands a little bit further, whichever is comfortable. And then can you come a little bit further? And again, can we go a little bit further? Don't worry if you can't, just stay where it's coming from for you. But we want to ease into these stretches. 3, 2, 1. Let's come all the way back up. Okay, from here, we're going to bring one leg up and across. So I'm going to start with the first leg we're on. So you're going to bring that up, bend the knee, walk across the opposite side of the knee. You're going to bring one hand back, and then you can either hug, or if you feel comfortable, you can get your elbow in out on the outside of that knee and just twist around. This side and twist here. If you can, go a little bit further. Don't worry if you can't, stay where you are. And again, once more, if you can go a little bit further, do. But if not, stay where you are. Three, 2, 1. Let's bring it back around. Okay, extend that leg, bring the second one up, walk it across and outside the knee. Again, we're either going to hug, or if you can get your elbow on the outside, you're going to put it out and then just twist around, looking over that back shoulder. Again, if you can, see if you can twist a little bit further. And once more, so you can go a little bit further. Three, 2, 1. Bring it back around. Okay. From there, we're going to bring our hands out in front of us. And we're going to pull them back, push them forward, okay? We pull back and push forward. So, I can see here we're pulling our shoulder blades together and pushing them forward each time. Movement should just be through our shoulders. We're trying to squeeze them together and back. Squeeze them together and back. Keep that going there. Feel those shoulders coming back together. Four, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring them up now and pull down. So, should be moving to our shoulders again. So, we're up, back down, up, back down. Yeah, we're moving through our shoulder blades here. Our hands shouldn't be moving too much. It's going to be quite tough compared to you. I'm going for 4, 3, 2, and one last one down and shake it out. Okay, let's bring it back to the box position. So we're over onto our hands and knees here. As you roll your shoulders back and roll them forward. Big circles here. We're going from a different angle here, moving through our shoulders as much as we can. Big circles all the way around, all the way back. Keep going. For 4, 3, 2, 1. From there, let's bring one hand to our temple. We're going to rotate around as high as we can and back. High as we can and back. All around, slowly back. Exhale up. Inhale lower. As much rotation as you can here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down onto the opposite side, around. So rotate as much as we can. Yeah, just as far as you can, back. For 4, 3, 2, one more, all around and back. From there, let's spread our hands here. So we want to spread our hands as wide as we can, so our fingers should be out like that. We're going to stretch out our hands. I'm just going to come over and back. So you feel this in the wrists as well. If we really spread our hands out, we're going to open up the muscles in the hands. Their hands get surprisingly tight because we're gripping things all the time. So this can actually feel very tough, very tight. A lot of sensation. So even if you want to just hold your hands out like that and just let them loosen out, you can. Otherwise, back and forward. If you feel comfortable, you can do a few circles. Okay, I'm going to change direction. If you're in circles and not keep just going back and forward, just holding it there and letting it loosen out. Nine. Okay, I'm going to sit back onto the hips, put our hands forward, let them loosen out into a little child's pose. If you want, you can pull your hands forward to make it a little bit more active, or you can just relax into it, whatever you feel like doing. Stretching out our back here, giving our hands a little break. Right, you're going to walk your hands over to one side. I need to coordinate this. Bring it back to center. And there to the other side. And back to center. Hold it there for another couple of seconds. And we'll bring it up. Okay. We're going to sit up here onto our knees. Bring one leg forward, one leg back. We'll push forward into a stretch here. Just where you feel first is comfortable. Just hold it there. From there, you can go a little bit further, We're squeezing our glute to keep this stretch active, open up the front of our leg. And once more, we can go a little bit further, do. Now, if you feel like it, if you feel comfortable doing so, you can try and bring your quad into it. So you're going to slowly lift your back heel up. Only do this if you feel comfortable balancing. You don't want to be doing this and leaning forwards. You don't want to be like this to do it, okay? You want to be up tall, still balanced. And I need to follow up when I say that. And also, you want to do it slowly because your hamstring, which is back of the leg, can cramp if you do it too quickly. So just holding it there. If you don't feel comfortable, just hold it in the stretch you're already in. This will bring the front of your leg down into your quad, not just your hip flexor into the stretch. So 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to let it go. You're going to rotate that knee back and walk out the other foot, front foot. We're going to get the inside of our thigh here. But if you want to make it a little bit harder as well, more of it, you can rotate your toe towards the ceiling. Remember, if you're not feeling a stretch, you can walk your foot out further. Sort of a half split kind of thing. Should feel that stretch all down the inside here. I'm going to hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Walk it in. Now we're going to bring the opposite leg forward. So shoulder's back is now forward. We're squeezing the glute from behind and coming down into that first bit of stretch. Again, we're not forcing it. We're just going to hold it there. Once you feel comfortable, you can inhale, exhale, push it a little bit further. Again, make sure we're staying upright the whole time as well. We don't want to collapse forward as we do this. We want to keep the muscle nice and open. And the last one here, if you can go a little bit further, do. And then if you can catch the back foot, do. If you can't, don't worry. Again, we'll make sure we're upright when we're doing this. We're not falling forward to do so. Otherwise, you shouldn't really be doing it. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, we're going to pivot that leg back around, walk out, front leg. We get a stretch here, we're staying up tall. If you can, rotate your toe towards the ceiling. If not, just stay where you are. Yeah, we're getting that stretch on the inside of the leg. If you can walk it out further, you can. If not, don't worry. I'm going to rotate it back. Walk it in and stand up. From there, let's interlock our fingers, the shoulder blades together, just lift up as high as you can. With our chest forward and keeping our head up. Okay, let it go. Interlock fingers the opposite direction, push them really far apart. I'll go back to the shoulders and around here. I'm going to push up towards the ceiling. Lean low to one side. Get a nice stretch down the side of the body. Bring it back to center. Out to the other side. Again, then I stretch down the side of the body. Back to center. Let it go. And you're done, guys. Well done.